The question everybody wants to know, can you get shredded in 16 weeks? Well, I went from this to this in 16 weeks. And in this video, I'm going to show you how. Now, there are three main things which help me get shredded. And this video, I'm going to go through all three so you can do it yourself. Now, number one, you need to be tracking your nutrition. If you don't track this in some kind of way, you will not get shredded. Now, inside your nutrition, there are two things you need to be focusing on. Number one is a calorie deficit. If you are not in a calorie deficit, you are not going to lose body fat. Now you may be thinking, how does this work? This is actually pretty simple. Say your maintenance calories are 2,500. So that would mean you need to eat 2,500 calories every single day to maintain your weight. All you need to do is take some calories off that. Say you start eating 2,000 calories, this means you're in a 500 calorie deficit and your body weight will start dropping. The second part of nutrition, which is so important, is your protein intake. You will need to aim for 1 gram per pound of body weight. I would say this is a good marker. And now you may be thinking, why is protein important? Protein is important for many reasons. Two being, it's going to keep you satiated. It's going to keep you full. In the dieting phase, when you're on lower calories, this is very helpful. And reason number two is for recovery purposes. If you're training hard and you're working hard in the gym, we need to recover properly, and without a sufficient protein intake, you will not recover properly. How do I track my diet? Now, there are two main ways I will advise you to. Number one, download MyFitnessPal. It's a great application. You can download it, set your calorie targets, scan the food every single day, and track your calorie and protein intake. Now, option two is to follow a meal plan. This is the easiest and most simple way. Make a meal plan which puts you in a calorie deficit with a high protein intake. Follow those meals every single day, and it's impossible to slip up. I would say this is the most simple and easy way of staying in a calorie deficit. And what approach did I take? I'm a big advocate for using MyFitnessPal and flexible dieting, but when I've got such a short-term goal of getting shredded in a small period of time, I always opt for a meal plan. The reason for this is when I have that short-term goal, I just want something to stick to. I want to know what I'm eating every single day, and I want to eliminate decisions. The last thing you want to be doing is standing at the fridge thinking, what am I going to eat today? So having a meal plan will help that, and it helped me massively get shredded very quickly, as you can see. Now, the second thing you need to be focusing on to get shredded is your step count. This is so important. Set a step goal and stick to it every single day. Now, you're probably thinking, Charlie, what step goal should I aim for? I cannot tell you these steps or that steps. It's different for every single person. If you work in an office, 6,000 steps may be high. Whereas for me, I'm very flexible with my routine, so I could hit 12 or 16,000 on certain days. You just need to set a step goal that you can do consistently, whether that's 5,000 or 10,000. Set a goal, stick to it, and see how your results come in. The reason tracking your step count is so important is when your weight plateaus, your weight stops dropping, we need to make a change. Steps are a great and easy way to make a change. Say you're doing 8,000 steps a day and the weight stops dropping. You're not going to hit your goal. All you could do is add 2,000 steps on, go from 8,000 to 10,000. You're going to start burning more calories on a daily basis, and that's going to put you in the calorie deficit and keep you losing body fat. One thing to note though is steps and cardio are separate. Steps are nice and chilled out, a brisk walk in the park, and cardio, your heart rate needs to be elevated. So don't be going for a run and counting this in your step count because it does not count. A run would be cardio. When tracking your steps, don't think you need to buy a Fitbit or a Garmin or an Apple Watch. Simply go on your phone. I use an iPhone. In the health app on my phone already tracks my steps. So don't worry, you do not need a smartwatch to be tracking your steps. Now you're probably thinking, Charlie, how many steps did you do? So my steps started at 10,000. Then we slowly increased them after a few weeks to 12,000. And at the very height, my steps were on 15,000. So this wasn't ridiculous. But remember, this was very sustainable for me. So everyone's step count is going to be different. If you work a 9 to 5, you may not be able to get to 15,000. But what I would say is try and do as many as you possibly can because it will help you so much in your fat loss phase. The third thing that I tracked and kept consistent for 16 weeks to get me shredded was my training. Now you may be thinking, tracking your training? I'll just go to the gym and get a workout done. That may be where you're going wrong. When you go into the gym, I don't want you to just be going in there and ticking the box, getting a workout in and running away and going home. We want to go in the gym, train as hard as we can and track our lifts. By this, I mean, say you're doing bicep curls and you've got the 10 kg dumbbells and you do 10 reps. Write down somewhere you've done 10 reps on 10 kg. Why is this so important? When we're in a fat loss phase, we do not want to be losing muscle. And the only way we can really make sure we're not losing muscle is if we track our lifts. If you are getting stronger in your fat loss phase, or you're at least maintaining your strength, then we know you are not losing muscle. And the only way to make sure we're not losing strength is by tracking your lifts in the gym. And no, Do not go in the gym and think you need to go high rep, low weight because you're cutting body fat. This is rubbish. When you're in the gym and you're trying to get shredded, we want to train exactly how you would if you were trying to bulk. Train as hard as you can, lift heavy weight, keep your form consistent, and you will absolutely smash it. They may be thinking, where do you track your lifts? So there are two options for this. Number one is keep it simple. Track them on the notes on your phone or get a notepad and track them in there. And option two, which is something I used to do religiously, was use an app called RepCount. Download RepCount, you can put your sessions into the application and you can track your lifts in there every single week. Some people work best doing this on their phone, and other people, like myself, work best doing this on a notepad or just having it written in front of them. But whatever way you're doing it, it doesn't matter which way, just make sure every session you're tracking your lifts properly. And that's it. They're the 3 simple things that I tracked to get shredded in 16 weeks. It doesn't have to be complicated. Track your nutrition, track your step count, and track that training, and you will absolutely kill it. And if you want to guarantee the fact that you're going to get shredded this year, I've actually just opened spaces to my 12-week transformation program. The winner of the transformation program will win a £500 voucher for the best transformation physically and mentally. There are only 15 spaces on this program though, as I cannot take any more people on. So if you're interested in getting a bit of help getting shredded this year and ending 2024 with a bang, click the link in the description of this video, apply now, and I'll send you all the information. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope this helped you massively. If you have any questions, whack them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video next week.